everybody and welcome to another Transformers knockoff review. Today I'm taking a look at the Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Murderbee. Now, as you probably tell, I've already addressed one of the oversized versions of Murderbee, which was this one. Yeah, that's the oversized version of Beast Hunters Murderbee. This one's Mega Murderbee? I'll just bring in Generations Springer here just so you can get an idea of scale at just how big this thing is. And obviously we've gone from the kind of orangey tone that was used in the upscaled version and the blue windshield to the more traditional kind of black windshield and the very movie coloured yellow on the Bumblebee. But all in all, it is in essence the same mould, just huge. I've personally been displaying this line as basically to go along with my 3 3/4 inch figures, just to give you an idea of scale. This is a G.I. Joe, and I mean, that's a pretty darn accurate scale. Although he doesn't physically fit in there, I can have the door kind of open and he can stand by, and I think that's a really, really good scale. Vehicle-wise, he probably doesn't scale as well with the oversized Optimus Prime as I would have liked, but he still looks fairly good. I mean, they do look pretty good together. I mean, initially though, my first impressions are the Bumblebee is made of a much thicker plastic than that of the Prime. Don't get me wrong, I love the Prime. He looks fantastic on display, but his plastic is a little bit thin, and it's more like the kind of shampoo bottle plastic. Whereas Bumblebee feels quite robust, and he's got a little bit more weight to him. As far as weapons and accessories go, we've got these two guns which we place on the bonnet. They just unpeg like so. They're very much exactly the same as what we got with the original Transformers Prime Bumblebee, just basically upscaled and a little bit hollow. Put those two together. We can also take off this section on top here. That forms some form of kind of crossbow, and it does have a firing missile, he says. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. It does fire, it's quite a bit of power in there, but although the weapons themselves don't feel as kind of well made as the slightly smaller version of this, the orangey oversized Bumblebee, this the weapon itself feels slightly cheaper, slightly more hollow. You still get these really big missiles, although they are now lacking in colour. The other ones were kind of a silver with a kind of flamed tinge. And when we get to the actual vehicle mode itself, as you can see, he doesn't peg together as well as I would have liked. The other one sits and pegs in really, really nicely. This one's roof doesn't quite want to stay on, and his panels just don't really line up as well as they should. But it's still a really nice vehicle mode. It's just, you just want it to line up. You can see that everything's meant to line up, and all of the tabs are there. It's just they do tend to kind of just pop out. You can see it keeps popping out from the tab just there. Tab that in. Tab that in. So I mean, it does line up. It's just a matter of getting it to stay there. Okay, that's probably the best I'm going to get it. It's all tabbed in around here, but if you look on the actual windscreen there, those little tabs by the windscreen, they are slightly warped and damaged, I think. That's kind of why it's not quite plugging in there, but all in all, that is in essence a huge, chunky monkey, mega Murderbee. Transformation for this guy is pretty straightforward. As you can see, I've removed the missiles from the missile pods, and basically I'm going to go and counteract all that hard work I did and just start popping out some of these tabs, just unplugging them from the side of the doors. Like pretty much every Bumblebee in existence, you start off by unplugging and folding out those doors. You can now grab the top of the window and pull the actual door section away. The bottom section there is attached to the arm, so that stays put. With the door pods and doors open, we can come around to the top section here and just untab this lid. That's now going to free up this entire section here, which brings us down to the legs. The legs are extremely simple. Just with the leg pointed down, just pull this section down, and that automatically moves that calf muscle up and forwards. With the torso standing up, we can bring this section down, like so, and then rock it back on this hinge underneath here. As that body goes back, the yellow tab there just locates in that centre section. What you need to do, you just need to bring these shoulders back, and that brings this entire chest section here all inwards. With the shoulders pushed fully back and the head down, these sections here just push down and peg in just above the shoulders, securing them into place. And here he is in his robot mode. Now personally, he's okay, but I think I prefer the standard kind of Voyager-sized, oversized Bumblebee. It's got much better paint applications. It feels thicker, it feels better made, it almost feels like a Hasbro toy, whereas this one, it does feel like a knockoff. The joints don't quite hold together correctly. The paint applications are next to none. He is slightly simplified, as you can see. He hasn't even got the section on the arm allowing him to hold the crossbow in place. It's just a little underwhelming in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, he looks fantastic displayed with Optimus Prime. And if you're a Beast Hunters fan, then yeah, this could be a great bee for you. If you like your big chunky bots, then go ahead, get it. But it's not without its downfalls. Articulation, he has a nice ball jointed head, left and right motion there, all the way around. As you can see though, the head is very minimalistic, just painted on eyes. And very, very simplistic face sculpt. The shoulders, you are really limited. You've got an up and down movement. They don't go fully back. This section does go out. You've then got a joint on there and a ratchet joint on the elbow, no wrist articulation. You've got no waist swivel due to this whole mechanism here. Move this crossbow out of the way. You've got forward, back, ball jointed thighs. There's a swivel at the upper thigh, a nice bend at the knee and a tilt at the wrist, and you do have up and down motion on the foot, but it just feels very, very hollow. And I know he was already a hollow Bumblebee, wasn't he? But yeah, they've just kind of got every design flaw that came with the original Hasbro one, and they've just kind of made that bigger as well. Now, all faults aside, he does look really good next to Optimus, doesn't he? They do look good together. I mean, just to give you guys just an idea of how big these are, here they are with Generations Deluxe RC and a G.I. Joe, so they're fairly big. All in all, if you like your Bumblebees, I wouldn't say don't get him. He's just not as well made, and with the lack of paint application, I just think the oversized kind of Voyager version is just a better mould. It's just done better. The plastic seems better, the joints are tighter, and he isn't simplified. This guy is just a little bit too back to basics for my liking. Anyway guys, until next time, from myself and Mega Murderbee, thanks for watching, goodbye.